YouTube, what's up? 18/Burger Bob here on like take 36 of my mute video. Well, this mute video anyway. I'm going to talk about the dregs of my mute collection. Just the stuff that's left, because I don't really have enough stuff to make a video for each one. Straight and cup are probably the most common mutes you're going to see. So let's talk about the rest. That was my Harmon or wah Joe mute for bass trombone. So this is a pretty cool mute, right? I love the sound you get with this thing. Just gotta make sure it stays in there. And I forgot, the dead zone is pedal F. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. You can hear the stem rattling a little bit. I need to maybe put some stuff in there so it doesn't rattle. Anyway, this is the Harmon or wah mute. Harmon is a brand name. They make mutes. So calling this a Harmon is kind of like calling off-brand tissue for your nose Kleenex. It's a brand name that we kind of just apply to all mutes that have this design. And that's okay. I don't think it's a huge deal. I call it a Harmon. In most cases in the music it's going to be called a Harmon too. And of course this is cool because it has all sorts of cool things you can do with your hand and the stem here. Like, I just discovered one of those sounds. It's so cool. The thing I started with was pedal B flat. If you slowly move the hand away and back, you get an overtone series. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's super cool, fun to play with. And of course we get different sounds if you take the stem partway out. Like, it's like this really bassy but buzzy sound at the same time. There's like a lot of stuff taking out of the middle of the sound. And if we take this all the way out, it gets even more that way, I think. There's less of the buzz from the stem and more just like this like hiss on top and then like this really bassy thing you can feel when you play. It's pretty cool. Let's find the dead zones real fast. So that's cool. The whole range between low B flat and pedal B flat is useful. And then pedal F does not exist. Almost impossible to play. And I would say down to about pedal C. So pedal F to pedal C is gone. Disappeared. Now high B flat, that range is just a little stuffy. Maybe I wouldn't want to play it there for extended periods. You're probably not going to have to on a bass Harmon mute. So that's pretty cool. Joe Harmon for bass. Let's move on to the bucket, which is a much more common mute than the Harmon probably is. And that only fits on this. This is an easy bucket mute, and it's got clips that fit a certain bell size. This is an 8-inch bell with an 8-inch easy bucket, so it only fits on this instrument. This is a really cool mute. This gets used pretty, I don't want to say often, but much more often than almost any other mutes after the cup and straight. And probably even more often than the straight in a jazz band setting. Usually used in a section, not really as like a solo mute, even though that does happen. As for dead spots, low range is fine, and then this mute, right around high B flat, starts to get really squirrely and goes sharp. And then carries up just a little bit. If you go high enough, it kind of goes away. So like, high F is great, but high B flat is not. And that's kind of an issue because if you're playing lead trombone, if you get up to high B flat, it's kind of a note you need to have. This is another easy bucket. All the clips have broken off. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. Let's try this one. So, a pretty different sound for being the exact same mute. And the high B flat is actually a lot better. Just a little bit easier to play overall. So, out of two easy buckets that I happen to own, one that's broken sounds and plays a little better. I don't know if it sounds better, but it plays better. It does have a different sound. Next up we have the plunger. Obviously this gets used in a few different settings. Mostly I would say in a solo setting. I am not good at that, so I'm just going to talk about like section stuff. This has the middle drilled out, so it still allows air through when the horn it's completely closed. I think I did that, but I can't remember. I've had this for a long time, and it's gone through a lot of hands. Hopefully, no toilets. It's really fun to play with like the talking sound. And this one, and I'm not sure if this is for everybody because I have not experimented solid with plunger. I've never done anything with plunger except for written parts in a few pieces. It really changes the intonation. So high B flat. I think it sends me up a partial, but it's a half step flat. I have no idea, but I'm not doing anything with my face to make a high B happen. And it changes that just a little bit. I'm not sure, but just crazy things you can do with plunger. Obviously, dead zones, I can't really do that for you because I'm not super good at playing and moving the slide and playing with the plunger. This is kind of a personal thing. I would just go find somebody who can play plunger much better than me, like Wycliffe Gordon or somebody. You can really do amazing things with plunger mute. And then last of all, we have practice mutes. I don't need to talk about these a lot. I have a video just about them. I like these, but I also really don't like them, and I actually don't use them very often. I know people who use them a lot, like off stage and stuff, maybe even on stage, but I don't know, I feel like they mess with my face just a little too much to use them kind of like on a daily basis. Like if I really need to get some FaceTime, I will get out the mute and play it on an airplane or an airport or in a hotel or something like that. And then lastly, I just want to talk about my mute bags. I have two big old duffels that I use. One for tenor that has my stand light in it right now and some music clips. And I have one for bass, which has a folder and some music clips. I got these duffels at Walmart for like $5 a piece, like 10 years ago, and they have served me flawlessly ever since. I mean, the only problem, of course, is that all my mutes have a bunch of dents in them, especially like this one. But I don't think that's a huge deal. There's way nicer bags and stuff you can get. I just don't care that much. I have these bags. They kind of fit everything. I can put all my mutes in them at once if I need to. Not that you really need to do that. And like a stand and music and stuff. They're kind of gig bags rather than just mute bags. So here you guys go. Just a quick overview of a bunch of different kinds of mutes. Mutes that I have. And just a little bit of where they play, where they don't play, and how they sound. See you guys next time.